Greetings. I'd like to welcome you to our 2020 Veterans Day presentation. In this topsy-turvy world of COVID-19, we're not able to do an in-person presentation as we normally would. But yet, we do not want to forget how important it is to honor our veterans. Because we're going to be doing a virtual celebration, that doesn't mean that we don't have the same depth of feeling of gratitude and thanks for all of the commitment our veterans have made over the course of their lives and over the course of the lives of many that came before and will come after. Today we're going to try to capture some of the things that we wouldn't normally be doing here at school. We will have a couple of student performances in song, we'll have a student speech, and in person on Veterans Day, we will be making some stops at veterans' homes to make some presentations and do some special things. We're also going to participate with students at the square on the county courthouse where that beautiful memorial has been constructed. So, once again, we welcome you to our Veterans Day celebration, and we would like to have some of our students perform some of the things that we've been working on.
I pledge allegiance through the flag of the United States of America and through the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hi, I'm Logan Barris, and this is my Voice of Democracy essay over Is This the Country Our Founding Fathers Envisioned? There are many ways that we are living up to the United States envisioned by our Founding Fathers. In the beginning, our country was supposed to be a place where everybody was free and treated equally with dignity. As stated in the Declaration of Independence, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. This was the American dream that our Founding Fathers wanted our nation to be. But it was anything but that at the time, because we had slavery, and treated women as inferiors. From then on, it already wasn't the U.S. they envisioned, because of changes in government, war problems, and criminal violence issues. Our nation eventually became an unequal society with wealth and opportunity distributed only to a handful of white landowning males. In this essay, I am going to state how the Founding Fathers expected our nation to be by talking about government controlled by the rich, war trouble, and criminal violence. My first statement will be about the government. The Founding Fathers were afraid of a government ruled by the wealthy. The Founding Fathers in today's society would see this. The campaigns of elected officials have been sponsored by huge corporations, and they aren't doing this out of the kindness of their hearts, but for the influence of future decisions from politicians. I know that our Founding Fathers wouldn't want the government to be run by the rich, but I think they wouldn't be opposed to all the success our country has endured over the years. Though there is a lot of bad influence being spread throughout the world these days, I believe that we have some great leadership in which we can overthrow all the bad this world provides. My second statement will be about the issues that come along with war that our country has encountered throughout the years. Our founding fathers were against war and didn't want to be part of foreign affairs. James Madison once said, "No nation could preserve its freedom in the midst of a continual warfare." The United States has been at war for 93% of the time since the U.S. was established. We often put ourselves in many unnecessary conflicts, like the Vietnam War and the War on Terror. Our nation is very lucky to have had the world's largest army because without it, we may have set ourselves up for disaster. I think that our founding fathers wouldn't necessarily like that we've gone to war so often and got involved in foreign affairs, but in many ways, I know they would be proud that we stood up and fought for our country. My third and final statement is about criminal violence that is among us in today's society. Our founding fathers would be seeing a lot of crime and violence due to racism, social injustice, and misunderstandings. This generation is being influenced in many good ways, but many are following the influence of bad-intentioned people. The purchasing of weapons is a big factor in the influence of violence. There are 393 million firearms owned by civilians. Thus, allowing people to easily gain access to such a deadly weapon isn't helping to decrease crime rates and violent behavior. I think that the crime we see today outweighs the crime that our founding fathers saw back then. In conclusion to this essay, I think that our founding fathers tried to show us a future of pure success without room for mistakes. But over the last centuries, I'd say we have created a country where I can say that we're equal. I think that this is the country that the founding fathers envisioned, but in many ways it isn't. We've abolished slavery and women have gained many rights. The supposed American dream is out of reach for so many, including immigrants, and the amount of suffering our people endure every day in the United States. This would be appalling to the founding fathers. Overall, the U.S. has simultaneously become the country of equality the founding fathers have envisioned, but it has also become what they were afraid of. Thank you.
Once again, we're sorry that we can't be in person to extend our gratitude to all of our service women and men who have given so much sacrifice of their time, of their talent, and in some cases their lives to protect our freedoms. We know that their service is something that we depend on for our safety and for the very way of life that we enjoy here in America. We, as we extend our gratitude and our thanks, we think now of a very different battle that we all are undergoing, and that's that battle against COVID-19. COVID-19 has upset our world. In some way, right now, that's our enemy, our hidden enemy. It's not like the fight that our veterans had in the trenches of World War I, or in the theaters of Europe and the Pacific in World War II, or like the Korean War, in which that Battle of Bloody Ridge was fought, or in the jungles of Vietnam, or in the deserts and mountains of the Middle East, or all the other places that our veterans have put themselves in harm's way to defend our freedoms and protect our nation. But in a small part, we all can do things that would help to protect our nation right now. Our local, state, and national leaders in the medical field and in our government will be asking us to do our part. Let's all pitch in here and do a small part of what our veterans have demonstrated over the years. So, as we come to a conclusion here today, thank you so much to our veterans, all of you, for the incredible sacrifices you have made, for those things that you have done without thinking for the benefit of others. In conclusion, may God bless all of our Americans, and may God bless the United States of America.